The NFC North is considered one of the toughest divisions in the NFL. It's a division built on toughness, grit, and resilience, born and molded by a freezing cold climate. But as we speak, the NFC North is being reshaped, not by nostalgia, but by belief. And at the center of it all is Ben Johnson.
With that being said, I do have a message here for the players. Get comfortable being uncomfortable.
He didn't arrive as a headline name. He arrived quietly, clipboard in hand, and ideas in his head. He didn't chase fame, he chased film.
I get goosebumps right now just thinking about being the head coach of the Chicago Bears. I know exactly what this role and this responsibility requires, and I cannot wait to get to work.
Let's go back to where it all started. Ben Johnson's story starts far from the spotlight. He played quarterback in Asheville, North Carolina, before becoming a walk-on for the North Carolina Tar Heels. Even though he didn't play a single snap, he became a student of the X's and O's. He studied spacing, he understood structure, and he learned how to manipulate those X's and O's in creative ways. No scholarship, no guarantees, no safety net. He wasn't there to be a star. He was there to learn. Practices became classrooms. Film sessions became his edge. Johnson leaned into understanding why plays worked and why they didn't. By the time he was hired as an offensive assistant with the Miami Dolphins, Ben Johnson was already becoming what he is now, a teacher of the game, someone who sees football not as chaos, but order.
It's been good. We're only 4 days in, so we have a long ways to go, but we really picked up where we left off this springtime. We're not making the same mistakes that we made back then, so it's encouraging. I like the direction this group's heading right now.
During his time with the Miami Dolphins, in 2015, Dan Campbell became the interim head coach.
On day one of the Dan Campbell regime, the Dolphins immediately started to practice what the new coach is preaching.
All I wanted to see is guys come out and compete, and violently compete, and I felt that today.
To watch the way you guys played and practiced all week, it's inspiring, okay? It makes somebody like me want to fucking bleed for you.
Everything else, it was all about being primates again. Every one of those guys.
And that became a preview of things to come. Ben Johnson traded in palm trees for snow when he arrived in Detroit in 2019, joining the Lions as a low-profile offensive assistant under Matt Patricia. When that regime collapsed, most of the staff was cleared out.
It just seemed like the path going forward wasn't what we wanted it to be. So, yes, we thought this was a good time to make the change.
But Johnson remained. 2 years later, Dan Campbell was hired as head coach to reset the franchise.
We're going to kick you in the teeth, all right? And when you punch us back, we're going to smile at you. And when you knock us down, we're going to get up. And on the way up, we're going to bite a kneecap off.
And rather than forcing his own system onto the building, he evaluated what was already there. Johnson stood out immediately, not because he was loud or flashy, but because players understood him and the players trusted him. Over time, that trust turned into responsibility, and Dan Campbell steadily elevated Johnson's role, eventually handing him the offense in 2022.
It's a really easy vibe between me and Dan, and that's really because of our history together. So we have shared experiences. I think that goes a long way with the trust, and I understand what he wants to get done ultimately, and it just makes it really smooth for us.
It wasn't a pre-planned partnership. It was one built on shared values: clarity, accountability, and belief.
So it'll be good. It'll be good. All right. We'll see what happens. We'll see.
The Detroit Lions started the 2022 season 1-6. When Ben Johnson took over the offense in Detroit, the transformation wasn't about tearing everything down. It was about clarity. The Lions became creative without being reckless. Johnson built an offense rooted in spacing, timing, and answers, using motion and formation to condition defenses to react in certain ways, giving those defenses confidence in what they thought they were seeing right up until the ball was snapped. Every concept had a counter, every tendency was intentional, and players knew why the ball was going where it was going. The result was an offense that played fast, punished overreaction, and made even simple plays feel impossible to defend. Detroit stopped reacting to defenses and started dictating terms of surrender. Halfway through the 2022 season, A shift happened, and the Detroit Lions started winning games that they would normally lose, and Ben Johnson's offense was vital to that. And don't even get me started on the trick plays, most notably in Week 14 against the Minnesota Vikings.
What will Ben Johnson dial up to try to keep this drive going and kill this clock, win this game, and get out of here? Out of the huddle and to the line. Goff moves in behind center, single back Jamal Williams. In motion is Sewell. Goff to throw. Wants to throw it to Sewell. He caught it! Bryce Sewell on first down! Oh, yes. The big man dives down to the 31-yard line! Let's go! First down, Detroit Lions!
Ben Johnson, you are my hero! Ben Johnson, I love you!
It's a heck of a job by him, coming through and then having the wherewithal to secure it and stay in bounds. You know, it's a testament. You know, he's not a rookie. He's a second-year player, and we got a lot of trust and confidence in him. It's really well executed by our guys, so proud of him.
Packers really stacking that line. There's the snap to Goff. Brookville right side. They get it to Amon-Ra, who flips it back to DeAndre Swift. Inside the 20 and down to the 17-yard line. Oh, what a play. 4th and 1. Goff takes the snap. Back, looks, throws, caught. First down, Detroit Lions. DJ Chark down inside the 10-yard line.
Even though the Detroit Lions did not make the playoffs, it didn't feel like failure. For the first time in years, the Lions walked into the offseason with belief. Belief in the system, belief in the staff, and belief that what they were building was real. Not only did Ben Johnson's offense work, it had convinced the locker room. Players knew the answers were there. They saw defenses crack firsthand. And when 2023 arrived, it showed. The surprise was gone. The expectations were higher. And instead of regressing, Detroit evolved. Ben Johnson tightened the details. Faster tempo, cleaner spacing, and even greater emphasis on pre-snap manipulation. Defenses knew what was coming, but couldn't stop it, because every adjustment they made only exposed something else. Detroit didn't just score, they dictated pace, controlled the games, and proved their success wasn't a one-year spike, it was sustainable. They ended the 2023 season with a 12-5 record and 2 playoff wins, before losing to the 49ers in the NFC Championship game. And during their 2024 season, the Lions had a record-breaking 15-2 season. The offense was incredible. Trick plays, misdirection, they were all inside of Ben Johnson's bag. The Lions seemed like they could just score at will, and a division rival had their eye on Ben Johnson. Chicago is one of football's original pillars. The Bears helped define the NFL, winning titles long before the Super Bowl era and building an identity rooted in toughness and tradition. From the monsters of Midway to Walter Payton, from the dominant defenses of the 1980s to the 1985 Super Bowl Shuffle. Chicago's standard was never finesse. It was hard-hitting brutality. But as the league evolved, the Bears struggled to evolve with it. For decades, the franchise cycled through quarterback instability, coaching turnover, and a revolving door of identity issues, chasing its past rather than shaping its future. The history never disappeared, but for years it weighed heavier than it lifted. The last few seasons in Chicago were defined by transition and uncertainty. In 2022, Matt Eberflus was hired as head coach to stabilize the franchise. Holding the first overall pick in the 2024 draft, the Bears made the defining decision of the new era, selecting Caleb Williams. A quarterback finally meant to modernize the position in Chicago. It wasn't just a roster move, it was an admission that the franchise needed a new identity. The reset was unavoidable. But after a few seasons of a stagnant offense, mounting losses, and bad coaching decisions, Matt Eberflus was ultimately dismissed after their Week 13 loss to the Lions in the 2024 season. With a young quarterback in place and expectations shifting, the Bears weren't just searching for results, they were searching for the right leader to guide them forward.
Let's go!
Now everyone get back to work. We got work to do. Listen, thank you so much. My family and I, we are beyond excited. This is exactly where we wanted to be. It's exactly where we wanted to be. This is going to be a challenge. I am well aware of that. I know what this division's about. And this is exactly where we want to be. We're going to go after this thing, and it's going to take all of us in this room. It's going to take this locker room. It's nothing more important than that locker room and us serving that locker room and those players. All right? They need to understand that, and they need to feel that from us every single day. And if we do that, the wins are going to come. The playoffs are going to come. All right? Can't wait to get to know you guys, and thank you so much for the warm welcome. Thank you.
This is such an iconic franchise with such a storied history. Only when you're a little boy do you think of something like this. To see it come to light just like it did, opportunity I could not turn down. I'm beyond excited. I really don't have words to express the excitement.
We got our coach. I gave off a nice little, I guess you can say, roar or a yell while I was driving. I'm off of pure excitement.
Our goal is to win, and it's going to be to win now. And really, when we're talking about setting the culture, which is going to be step number one here in the springtime, accountability and integrity are going to be the cornerstones of everything we're going to be about. We're going to have a team-first mentality from start to finish.
So the Chicago Bears have their new head coach. And after their Week 1 loss against the Minnesota Vikings, Ben Johnson was set to face off against his former team.
Jared takes the football, tosses to Jameer, left side, gets a block, to the edge, to the end zone, touchdown Detroit Lions!
Williams on 3rd and long. It is complete. Odunze inside the 10 to the end zone, touchdown!
Goff up under center, single back Montgomery, he gets the call, head down, end zone, touchdown Detroit Lions! They give it to Swift, follows his blockers, and that ball came out. Branch hit him, separated him from the football, and the Lions have got it. First and goal from the 8 for the Lions, up 14-7, looking for more. Goff takes, play action fake, throws left side wide open. Touchdown Detroit Lions, Brock Wright.
First and goal, fake toss. Williams looking end zone, throws, touchdown!
Goff works out of the gun. There's the snap. Jared back. Jared looking, throws, end zone, caught.
Listen, anytime you lose a game like that, man, it's a kick in the teeth. Nothing about that feels good. You know, these guys, I tell you, they're hurt. You know, it stinks. We have leaders, we have captains. I mean, when you're around this league long enough, these games happen, and it doesn't feel any better when it happens. But the good teams I've been on, they find a way to respond, and I know our guys will do that.
The season didn't start smoothly in Chicago. The Bears opened 0-2, and early questions came fast. New quarterback, new systems, new expectations, and when it comes to getting up, well, it seems like Ben Johnson took a page out of Dan Campbell's playbook.
We're going to kick you in the teeth, all right? And when you punch us back, we're going to smile at you. And when you knock us down, we're going to get up. And on the way up, we're going to bite a kneecap off.
And that's exactly what he did. Losses that might have had the team lose confidence instead became problem-solving moments, filtered through Ben Johnson's calm, methodical approach.
The first 2 weeks have not gone the way we wanted to, and it's early, but we got to get the issues fixed. And I thought the guys were committed to that here this week, and they came out and they played inspired football today.
And that's where the shift happened. Rather than splinter, the Bears settled in. We started seeing a repeat of the Lions rebuild, but in a different city. Execution tightened, confidence grew, close games stopped feeling fragile. Week by week, Chicago started winning games they'd spent years letting slip away. Not because everything was perfect, but because the belief underneath it was real.
Hey man, it is 100% working for the Chicago Bears, who are in love with their team again.
Chicago just checks too many boxes not to be a team that couldn't possibly make the NFC Championship.
But you watch the Bears play, it's like this really translates the way they play come playoff time.
They're great in cold weather. They constantly win the turnover battle. Offensive coach, dynamic quarterback. They can run the ball and dominate time of possession.
The Bears now seem to be at the dawn of something that's sustainable.
It's very difficult to develop a young quarterback and simultaneously win games. And that's what they're doing.
Man, the Bears have a chance here with a pretty young football team and a young nucleus and this coach to be damn good for a long time, and they haven't even reached their potential on what they can be on the offensive side of the ball with this guy coaching them.
I mean, if you're a Bears fan, it's Ben Johnson and that culture, and it's unbelievable.
Congrats to Caleb and congrats to Ben. The NFC North looks different all of a sudden. All of a sudden, the Bears are for real.
This is not a mirage. It took a while.
As I record this video, the Bears are 11-4 and sit on top of the NFC North. The turnaround in Chicago under Ben Johnson was swift, but it wasn't accidental. The offense is clicking, the defense leads the league in takeaways, and Caleb Williams, who struggled last season, is now shining under Ben Johnson. From the moment he arrived, the emphasis shifted from survival to expectation. Ben Johnson didn't just install an offense. He installed understanding, and with it, confidence. The Bears began closing games, responding to adversity, and stacking wins because they believed the answer was always coming. And when it comes to amping up his team, it seems like Ben Johnson took another page out of Dan Campbell's playbook.
This is not happenstance, man. This doesn't just happen. This has been in the making, man.
This doesn't happen everywhere, gentlemen. Where we are right now, what you guys are doing, it's no fluke. It's no fluke.
We don't have to talk about how tough we are. We don't have to talk about how resilient we are. We live it, man. We've been living it.
You are mentally tough, you're physically tough, and you fight all 60 minutes. Hell of a job.
You always find a way to win. That's what champions do.
Good, better, bad. Good, better, bad. Never let it rest. Never let it rest. Good gets better. Good gets better. Better gets better. Better gets better. Bears on 3. 1, 2, 3.
In a franchise that had spent years searching for stability, Ben Johnson delivered something far more powerful, a winning culture. And in that culture, everyone in the building understands the standard and trusts the process. Players know what's expected of them, and accountability is consistent. Mistakes are corrected, not punished, and success is repeatable because it's rooted in preparation. Players play fast because they're not guessing. Close games don't feel chaotic. Adjustments happen without panic. And for the first time in a while in Chicago, winning feels expected.